Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. And very good morning to our fellow friend and also Madam Asni as our co-instructor. So, before we start about our topic relating to suicide prevention, let me introduce ourselves. My name is Agis Sagawi bin Abdul.
My name is Ahmad Faris bin Hamdi.
So, I want to ask you guys, did you know why we wear black and white attire? No, not because of ligamented, right? So you have been a trauma because of the ligamented. So I don't want you to remember about that. So the reason why we wear black and white attire to give an honor for a person who commit suicide that doesn't get any help from people around them. So before we go further about the suicide prevention, let me take a look about the meaning of the suicide itself. What is the meaning of the suicide? Suicide, we can say, according to Oxford Dictionary, is the act of killing yourself deliberately, or we can say purposely. So, as we know, that like what I said, did you know that in 2023 there are about 49,000 people who commit suicide that are aged above 12. So, the reason behind that is various, such as mental illness and also trauma. But it is not our fault because we don't know about that. But it is because we are not aware about what is going on to them that leading them to commit suicide. So, like just a saying, prevent is better than cure. So, we want to give two ways that can prevent people from committing suicide, which is firstly through financial support and also access to education through government. So, for the first point, I want to give you important point that government and NGO must provide a more affordable and more cheaper of access to mental health treatment. Because as we know, in parts of the world, medical treatment about relating to the mental health is expensive. Like I can give you an example. One medical treatment relating to mental health is equal to the one family's earn for a week. So it making it harder for a person who need a help relating to their problem about mental health to get help from the medical expertise such as psychologists. So we need to know that mental health is not a privilege that we earn, but it is a human basic right that we must get from the country we live. So I also want to emphasize that medical treatment related to mental health is a core service, not an option. So I want to provide that NGO must also take care about this and provide a campaign. But they cannot do it alone. Government will also provide it with give a lot of funding or what we can say, provide more mental health expertise in this country. So for the second point, I want to mention about government must provide more mental health services to our current hospital. Because when we provide more, so when they want to get immediate treatment relating to their medical mental health issue, so they can get it quickly. For example, if we provide more services in our hospital, even in our district hospital, so for a person who facing it for a month or years, even for many years, so they can get it quickly. I want to emphasize that it is important because when we talk about mental health, it is not about the physical bodies, but it's about the mind. So without a mind, without we taking care of our mind, how can we survive in our life? So this is my point. So I will continue to my partner to elaborate this point.
Okay, thank you Akil for highlighting one of the solutions that can prevent the suicide. I will now be focusing on the other ways that consider powerful that government can do to help to prevent the suicide, which is the improving the education access. I will be dividing it into 2 points, which is equal access to education, and provide mental health support. First of all, the equal access to education. We must ensure that all the children have a chance to go to school. Everyone has the chance to go to school. Education is not all about academics. It also provides a safe and structured environment to the child or the young people to build their relationship with others. What more? Self-development such as social skills, being confident, how to critical thinking, shaping their behaviors and others. Unfortunately, there are many students facing barriers that keep them out from school, such as high education fees, what else? High education fees, long distance travel, and lack of transportation. I will give an example. If I live in rural area or countryside of the country, if the school, imagine the school is the nearest school is about 5 kilometers from my house, and my family is lack of transportation. So maybe I will decide to not to go to school because I need to walk several kilometers to go to school. So what if that day raining outside and then I cannot go to school? So I'll be fed up and choose to not go to school. So what happens when people doesn't go to school? When a student doesn't go to school, they often feel isolated and being disconnected from the society. The isolation is one of the major factors that contribute people to attend suicide. Therefore, only the government can remove these barriers by building a school near the rural areas, or providing free transportation for them to get easy access for them to go to school. So, when the children are going to school, they get better opportunities to get better education and secure them a better job in the future. This will help them to get. This will avoid from the underpaid jobs, unemployment, and poverty that will contribute to society. So we go further to the example of the country that invested in free education, such as Germany, Denmark, and Norway, that invested in free education and better infrastructure, reports the lower cases of suicide, better positive feedback, and better mental health outcome. So I will move on to second point, which is provides mental health support. The government can take an initiative to provide the mental health support in school. The government also can integrate the mental health education in our curriculum, and government should fund these programs and make the school is better place for the students. For instance, the countries such as Sweden that have integrated the mental health education in school, they have a better mental health outcome and lower suicide rates. To conclude that, to prevent the suicide, the government should take the two important things, which is financial support and better education, and mental health support in education. So by initiate these two actions, the government can create a safer and comfortable place for the society. Therefore, there can provide they can decrease the suicide rates in such country. Thank you. That's all from me. Thank you.